morning to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Beautiful audience on this Thursday morning, Thursday, January 11th, and welcome to the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. I'm Steve. Glad to be hanging out with you on this Thursday. Let's get to it. There is our horrible forecast. Oh, man, do we have to read this thing? Winter storm warning in effect tonight, 9 p.m. tonight through midnight tomorrow night. Snow, it's cold, blah, 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 blah. It's just same old, rinse and repeat. Increasing clouds today. I don't know. Do you guys even want me to read this anymore? Just increasing clouds today, a high of 26. So enjoy today because it's I don't know, the Antarctic after this today. Tonight, snow, mainly after 11 p.m., depending on where you're at here in southeast Iowa. Obviously, it's going to start sooner the more you get into central Iowa. Once you get over kind of into the Sigourney area where I'm located, snow mainly after 11 p.m. Patchy blowing snow. Temps will actually dip down a little bit tonight, but then rise back up to about 26 by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Blustery northeast winds and snow accumulation tonight, 3 to 5 inches. Why? Let's see here. Tomorrow, snow before 8 a.m., maybe mixing with some freezing rain and some more snow. Yay! They are saying little or no ice accumulation, but new snow accumulation for tomorrow, 2 to 4 inches. So 3 to 5 tonight, 2 to 4 tomorrow. Snow is likely tomorrow night, mainly before midnight, maybe around less than an inch for tomorrow night. And windy conditions, blowing snow, cloudy, and a low of 5 Saturday. Still a 30% chance of some snow afternoon, patchy blowing snow, cloudy, cold, and a high of 10 and breezy. So once we get this next round of our wintry weather, it's going to plummet. Temps, let me pull up the forecast on my computer and read that to you. After we get through Saturday night, 13 below, with breezy conditions. Sunday, a high of 4 below. So Sunday, -4 for the high. Sunday night, 20 below. Monday night, 16 below. So if you're going to go out, if you're interested in the political process, and you go out and caucus on Monday, it'll be a high of 1 below. Monday night, 16 below. We will get above 0 on Tuesday with a high of 5 and then 17 on Wednesday. But man, snow for the next 24 to 48 hours and then just plummeting temps for the next several days. So I don't know what to tell you. Let's take a look officially at the winter storm warning information. As again, goes into effect at 9 p.m. this evening. Through midnight, coming up Thursday night into Friday. Heavy snow expected. Again, total snow 5 to 10 inches. Windy conditions. That's for all of central, basically the entire state is in this winter storm warning that's going to be happening. Impacts, travel, obviously, will be difficult. So you'd be advised not to go out and travel during this winter storm warning. Blowing snow, obviously, could significantly reduce visibility to near whiteout conditions late Friday into Saturday. Cold wind chills at 10 to 20 below, so frostbite can occur on exposed skin in less than 30 minutes, or in as little as 30 minutes. So if you do absolutely have to go out during that time frame for this winter storm warning, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle, just in case. And then for the latest travel conditions, always check with 511, the app, the website, or just call it 511. Again, that's a winter storm warning Depending on where you're at in the state, things are obviously going to start a little bit sooner in western Iowa, and then as they progress into central and eastern Iowa, that winter storm warning goes into effect tonight through midnight. They say midnight January 13th. Does that mean Friday night at midnight or Saturday night at midnight? I'm not positive. I think it's Friday night at midnight, so it's a little confusing. But again, the Garden Gate in Sigourney bringing us our forecast. I know they probably don't necessarily want to be associated with this particular forecast, but we do thank Cindy and the gals at the Garden Gate for sponsoring. The Garden Gate located at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Call 641-622-3191. Get your orders in for Valentine's Day. It'll be here before you know it. Cindy Dillon Dietrich, your owner. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays, 9 to noon. Fresh floral arrangements, jewelry, home decor, sympathy gifts, something for everyone. And, I do want to note, I want to stand up for the gals at the Garden Gate. Don't call in the midst of a snowstorm and expect them to go out and deliver flowers. I mean, you got to have common sense on that, people. The Garden Gate, it's the place to get your flowers. Again, your fresh floral arrangements, jewelry, home decor, sympathy gifts, something for everyone. They bring us our forecast here on Steve Shetler Media. If you follow all the stuff I put out on Facebook, I put this short little video out at 9 o'clock last night where I was talking to the winter gods.
Quit snowing. Quit snowing.
So I had it. I wanted it to quit snowing. I was just putting that out into the universe. And you know what? An hour later, here was the scene.
It worked. It's not snowing anymore. I have the power.
I don't have the power, but it did quit snowing finally. Had a little bit of the white stuff last night. And I don't know if there's an inch of snow last night during the evening hours, but that's what was happening there. One thing, I'm hoping to be able to get some basketball in tonight. We've got Keota Eagle basketball coming up tonight, if the weather allows. If anything changes with that, I'll be the first to let you know. As Keota will be traveling to North Mahaska to try to make up the game from Tuesday night. We'll have that on tonight here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So stay tuned for Keota basketball. Obviously, we want to get it in before this next round of weather comes in tonight. So assuming that game does happen tonight, we'll have Keota at North Mahaska girls and boys basketball on the air at 6 o'clock this evening. So make sure you tune in tonight for Keota at North Mahaska here on Steve Shetler Media. Hey, good morning to everybody. Let's see here. I got to catch up in the comments. We got Debbie. Let's see here. We got Ralphie. Got Sherry, Sandy, and a happy belated birthday to you, Sandy Smithhart. Saw you last night. I hope you had a good birthday with the family. Jan, Jackie, Nancy, and yes, Nathan tuning in this morning. Obviously, a lot of schools starting late today, so check out those websites. I don't have the latest on school delays, so I apologize for that. Just trying to get stuff rounded up this morning. That's one thing that I did not get to. So check with your schools. I'm sure your school's Facebook page. It looks like most area schools are going to be starting a little bit late today. So, but don't take my word for that. Go check yourself. I'm sure you've already been notified if you do have school in the area. One thing that is canceled, we have decided to already cancel tomorrow's Iowa Music Showcase. So if you were planning on going to see Sierra Griggs at Barnwired in Sigourney, the three of us, myself, Sierra, and Barnwired, Amanda at Barnwired, we've all decided, nah, not worth it. Not worth it, especially for Sierra. She comes from out of town quite a ways. So we didn't want Sierra traveling in the wintry weather tomorrow, and we don't want you guys getting out tomorrow in the midst of another winter storm. So just play it safe tomorrow, stay at home, but no Iowa Music Showcase for tomorrow. That has been canceled. Let's see here. What else? Brothers Market hosts a sports section on Saturday morning. As of right now, that should go on as scheduled. We'll keep an eye on things, obviously. You know, we can cancel that if need be. We don't want anybody getting out and about on Saturday morning. We want everybody to be safe, so we will keep an eye on things. But, yeah, again, the schedule for anything right now in Iowa, the entire state of Iowa, is up in the air. It's up for grabs this weekend to see how things go. So quite the forecast, quite the weather situation we're having here in Iowa. But yeah, again, as of right now, we've got Keota at North Mahaska basketball for tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Tomorrow's Iowa Music Showcase with the Sierra Griggs canceled. And Brothers Market with the sports section on Saturday morning is a go for now. If that changes, I will definitely let you know. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I have anything else for you guys. I don't think so right now, so let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Oh, there. You might want to see me. You might not, but happy birthday. Sometimes I forget to press the buttons. I forget I'm doing this video thing instead of just talking on the radio. Birthdays for today. We do have one local birthday I want to get to, one birthday that was brought to my attention. That is Mr. Bill Tremmel, one of the hardest working guys, if not the hardest working guy in Sigourney, Iowa. Bill Tremmel has a birthday today. So if you see Bill, wish him a happy birthday. Bill has probably helped out everybody in this town at one point or another with issues where he needs to come over and dig up stuff or, you know, he does the dirty work. Bill Tremmel, happy birthday to you, and I hope you have a great day. Let's see here. Other celebrity birthdays for today. We've got PGA golfer Ben Crenshaw turning 72 years old today. Country singer-songwriter Robert Earl Keen turning 68. Vicki Peterson from the Bangles back in the day. Do you remember the video? Was it Walk Like an Egyptian? The girl that she looks over to the side. Lead singer for the Bangles, Vicki, turning 66 years old today. Brett Bodine from NASCAR turning 65. Got singer Mary J. Blige turning 53. Amanda Peet, the actress, turns 52. Those are some celebrity birthdays for today. On this date in history, it was on this date in 1878, milk is delivered in bottles for the first time. Again, 1878 for milk in bottles. It was on this date in 1935, aviator Amelia Earhart took off from Hawaii on the first solo flight ever by a woman across the Pacific Ocean. It was on this date in 1952, Japan declared war on the Netherlands. Did you know that Japan and Netherlands had a war? I did not know there was a war between Japan and the Netherlands. That was 1942. It was on this date. Speaking of snow, here in Iowa, it's a common occurrence during the winter, but on this date in 1949, 3 inches of snow fell on Los Angeles. That would be weird. 1994, Sonny Bono announced that he would run for Congress on the Republican ticket representing Palm Springs, California. That was 1994 for Sonny of Sonny and Cher back in 1994. Today, on the National Day calendar, we've got National Arkansas Day. We salute you, Arkansas, Arkansas. It's National Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friends Day. I don't know if they'd be your friends after you did that to them. It's National Milk Day, and it's International Thank You Day. So thank you to all of my international viewers here on Steve Shetler Media. I don't know how to say thank you in any other language. Otherwise, I would. I could try, but I'd probably offend people. Let's see here. What else we got going on today? I want to look in the comments. Nancy, Eloise, Kurt and Kathy, Dana, good morning to all of you. If you're watching this morning, hanging out with me, make sure you say hi in the comments. Things you need to know. or maybe not know, we've got NASA's Artemis program, which is aiming to return astronauts to the moon this decade, which is amidst a renewed international push for lunar exploration. The Artemis program is actually being delayed at least a year and won't happen until 2026. So we'll see what happens there. Selena Gomez is set to portray Linda Ronstadt. That's in an upcoming biopic. How about sports news? Yesterday and today, sports news, lots of changes. This is the time of the year for changes in coaching in football, and things are happening. Seattle Seahawks coach Pete Carroll stepping down from the Seahawks. Nick Saban announcing that he is retiring, leaving Alabama after 6 national titles. And I just saw, let me look at my phone here quick. Whoopsie doopsie. The Patriots and Bill Belichick are expected to part ways today after 24 seasons and 6 Super Bowl titles. So the Patriots and Bill Belichick calling it quits after a long, successful run. So lots of longtime coaches retiring or maybe being pushed out a little bit on this date, yesterday and today. So quite the craziness in sports. Let's see here. Another stuff you need to know, Wallet Hub. They did a study. Let's see here. Wallet Hub doing a study to find out which would be the best state to raise a family. And they say Massachusetts is the best state to raise a family. They used 50 different metrics to look into that. So I'm sure Iowa was high on the list. I'm not sure. I don't have the entire list in front of me. Survey says, a new survey claims that the average American experiences 113 nights of bad sleep every year. That is unfortunate. That's basically a third of your sleep is bad. In other news, more first of the year jobs going away. Amazon announcing it's going to lay off several hundred employees at Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios. The mother of former First Lady Melania Trump has passed away. Sad news there at the age of 78. Girl Scout cookies. Here's some good news. This year's Girl Scout cookie sale is off and running. This year's theme is Unbox the Future. $6 a box for some Girl Scout cookies. And it seems like you get less and less cookies in the boxes as the years goes by. But $6 a box, and you get to choose from all your favorites. Let's see here. They do say Raspberry Rally cookies have been discontinued. I never knew they even had a Raspberry Rally cookie. I'm more of the do-si-do type of, and the lemonades. Those are my favorites. Let's see here. Coming to a McDonald's near you on January 24th, the Double Big Mac. Because, yeah, you need that much food. It's been on the Australian menus for a while. So that would be 4 beef patties. How did the song go back in the day? But now it's 4 beef patties, Double Big Mac coming to McDonald's January 24th. It's a lot of food. Natalie Portman, actress Natalie Portman, hinting at an official split between her and her husband. She hasn't been wearing her wedding ring for several months. Country singer Maren Morris, she has been ordered to pay her ex-husband $2,100 a month in child support. And then also in stuff you need to know, a new study done by the University of Colorado Boulder claims that smoking pot before your workout increases motivation and enjoyment, man. This running and lifting weights, dude. Hand me the Doritos. Smoking pot before your workout increases motivation and enjoyment. And then you eat the Doritos. While you're on the treadmill, you're munching on the Doritos. Good morning to you, Jenny, Dixie, and Sherry. Sherry saying that, giving you the heads up on where some Girl Scout cookies are. Wow. Under $2. Fake Girl Scout cookies? Interesting. Let's do today's, impossible question. Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. Here you go. Since 2019, 16% more of us take part in this hobby. I think it's because we're getting older. Again, since 2019, 16% more of us take part in this hobby. What is the hobby? What do you think? The hobby is bird watching. That was me with my binoculars watching the birds. So bird watching, 16% more people bird watching. So there you go. That's today's impossible question. In some weird news.
That is weird.
Let's see here. A woman has claimed that she wasn't allowed to enter a New York City speakeasy because of her attire. Now, it wasn't anything like she was showing off her body or anything. Her name is Alexandra Yvette. Alexandra couldn't believe it when she was turned away at the door of a bar this past weekend for wearing vintage fur. The stunned artist, of course, took to TikTok to share what happened. So, rejected because of her fur coat. I guess they didn't like it. Let's see here. Georgia, not like Georgia in the U.S., but Russia, Georgia, whatever you want to call it. A Georgian athlete performed 61 handstand push-ups in a row to break a Guinness World Record. Sandra Paralova, going to pump you up. Sandro Parulava, a strength and conditioning coach, broke the record of 52 consecutive handstand push-ups set by Ukrainian Viktor Novak back in 2019. So he crushed that record. I think that's a guy. Sandro, congratulations to you. Other news, Michigan's Wayne State University released its 15th annual list of long-lost words that are due for a comeback, including some words I can't even pronounce, as well as dollop. We use the word, well, my wife uses the word dollop here in the Shetler household. Other words that are long overdue for a comeback include a word called rawgabbits, pettifogger, and kaffeeklatsch. What the deal? Kaffeeklatsch. And a thunderplump. You know what a thunderplump is? A heavy fall of rain during a thunderstorm. Oh no, we just got a thunderplump. Oh, and you can get a twankle. What's a twankle? It's to twang with the fingers on a musical instrument. Mom, gonna go twankle on the old twankler. Let's see here. Other news, weird news. A Utah woman, she might have been twankling during a thunderplump. I don't know. A Utah woman has been water skiing since 1961, was officially dubbed the world's oldest female water skier at the age of 92. Her name is Dwan, D-W-A-N, Dwan Jacobson Young of Fish Haven, Utah, said that she started water skiing back in, when she was 29 years old. So way back when, in the good old days. And now she's joined on her outings by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. So, again, dubbed the world's oldest female water skier. Let's go to the water. Officials at a British zoo said a parrot escaped from the facility by hitching a ride on a zoo visitor. The zoo in Essex, Heckfordbridge, Essex, to be specific, said that the rainbow lorikeet parrot landed on a visitor as they were leaving the zoo. The guest asked a zookeeper to remove the bird from their shoulder, but the Australia native parrot quickly flew off. The zoo moved its other parrots to their outdoor enclosure in the hopes that their calls would bring back the parrot that flew away. So we'll see how that story ends. We've got a parrot here in the house, Buzz. Buzz the African gray parrot. He just likes to make laser noises really loud. Finally, in some weird news today.
That is weird.
Police, wow, this is nasty. Police in South Carolina say they discovered a couple dead in an extremely hot home where the temperature of the resident's heater was recorded at more than, 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. How is that even possible? Authorities were called to the home in Spartanburg, South Carolina, around 6 p.m. on Saturday to perform a welfare check on an elderly couple who'd been out of touch with family. The home was locked, but authorities gained access through a bedroom window. Inside the bedroom, they found the couple dead. Medics checked the body temperatures and found they exceeded 106 degrees, which is the maximum logged by the thermometer. So obviously they were hotter than that. The home itself was at least 120 degrees, even after 20 minutes with the home open to the cold air outside. So the heater that they had going registered at more than 1,000 degrees on thermal imaging cameras. That is insane. So that couple in South Carolina dying from heat in their house. Man, craziness. Got to catch up on some good mornings. Good morning to you, Ron, Jim. Thanks to everyone for hanging out this morning on a Thursday edition of the Morning Wake Up. Again, down here at the bottom, as we've had for the last week and a half or so, watch that information. If you want the latest on the weather, we've got weather information going down along the bottom of your screen with the winter storm warning and all of that information. We'll continue on here. Kissing. We need to have Neil Crott in on this segment. He's a kisser. Let's see here. The health benefits of kissing. Did you know kissing helps reduce blood pressure? It also helps with cramps and headaches. Just kiss it out. Kissing fights cavities. I did not know that. It also in the wording that I'm reading here, it says it amps up your happy hormones. Kissing burns a few calories, and kissing boosts self-esteem. So if you need a pick-me-up, find somebody that's willing to kiss you, I guess. Don't try it with somebody that's not willing to kiss you, but yeah, give it a shot. Let's see here. Fire. Let's see here. The U.S. Fire Administration doing a little research. They say, per capita, the states with the fewest fire departments are Florida and California. The states with the most fire departments, again, per capita, per 100,000 people, North Dakota has the most fire departments. They have about 42 fire departments per 100,000 people. That's pretty good. Meanwhile, go back, Florida and California basically have 2 fire departments for every 100,000 people. So Iowa actually makes the list of the states with the most fire departments with 23. So they have 23 for every 100,000 people. So good job to Iowa. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some law and disorder, a former Mayo Clinic medical resident and poison specialist has been indicted on first and second degree murder charges in the fatal poisoning of his wife. A Minnesota grand jury charged Dr. Connor Fitzgerald Bowman with the first degree murder premeditated with intent and second degree murder with intent, as Connor was arrested over the death of his wife, Betty, who is a 32-year-old pharmacist who was also working at Mayo Clinic. Investigators said that Betty was hospitalized back in August with symptoms initially thought to be of food poisoning. However, it looks like the mean, bad doctor, Dr. Death, Connor, her husband, actually poisoned her smoothie and killed her. So look out for that guy. Good news. Let's do some good news. Marlene Engelhorn, who is 31, lives in Vienna, wants 50 Austrians to determine how $27 million of her inheritance should be redistributed. She says, quote, "I've inherited a fortune and therefore power without having done anything for it." So she's thinking. She's fully realizing that she's got a bunch of money that's just been given to her. So she is sending out letters to 10,000 different Austrians to see what to do with basically 90% of her inheritance. She's going to keep a little bit, which, yeah, who wouldn't? But she's going to give 90% of her $27 million inheritance away, and she's having other people help her figure out what to do with that money. Good stuff there. And some other good news. If you're a dog lover, I don't know, you'll have mixed feelings on this, because part of it's bad and part of it's good. In South Korea, the slaughter and sale of dogs for their meat is to become illegal in South Korea after MPs backed a new law. The legislation is set to come into force by 2027. It aims to end the centuries-old practice of humans eating dog meat in, again, South Korea. They say dog meat stew is considered a delicacy among some older South Koreans. They just love that taste of some dog meat in their stew. I don't know why I'm talking like that, because that's not how South Koreans talk. Dog meat stew. I'm more of a fan of Dinty Moore. And I hope they don't use dog meat. But, you know, South Koreans hopefully won't be eating dog meat in the near future. Finally, let's go to some In some a passenger aboard an Air Canada flight from Toronto to Dubai opened a cabin door and fell to the tarmac before takeoff on Monday, injuring themselves and causing lengthy delays. The plane, which is a Boeing 777, was sitting on the tarmac at Toronto Pearson International Airport, getting ready to take off when the incident took place. Air Canada confirming that during the boarding of the flight, a passenger who, quote, had boarded the aircraft normally, opened a cabin door on the opposite side of the aircraft instead of going to their seat while the aircraft was at the gate. As a result, the passenger sustained injuries, falling to the tarmac, and emergency services and authorities were called in. It delayed the flight by 6 hours. How angry would you be if you were another passenger on that plane because somebody was an idiot?
Duh.
That is your moment of duh, and that is your morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Again, let's bring up that forecast brought to us by the Garden Gate. Winter storm warning. Woo, woo. Winter storm warning. Along with those weird sound effects, winter storm warning, 9 o'clock tonight through midnight tomorrow night. That would be tonight, 9 o'clock through midnight Friday night. Increasing clouds today, a high of 26. If you got something to do, do it today. Snow moves in tonight, 3 to 5 inches. More snow tomorrow, 2 to 4 inches. Windy conditions, and then bitterly cold. Temps will bottom out over the weekend, well below zero. So we've got snow, we've got wind, we've got bitterly cold, dangerous, life-threatening conditions coming up this weekend. And I'm not just saying that to be funny or anything. I mean, that's reality. These are deadly conditions that are going to be coming in this weekend. Again, after the snow, temps dropping well below zero. So, again, if you have something to do, today's the day to do it. If you have to travel anywhere or get some errands done, get her done today. Winter storm warning coming up tonight. Again, we have canceled tomorrow's Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney. That is off the calendar. So don't go to Barnwired tomorrow expecting to see the Iowa Music Showcase. That's not happening. I'm not saying that Barnwired is going to be closed tomorrow because I don't know that. You'll have to follow the Barnwired Facebook page to keep up to date there. But we're definitely not having the Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow. Sierra Griggs, the Iowa country artist that we are having come in, is rescheduled for April. And then tonight's game, we've got Keota at North Mahaska. That's scheduled to be here on Steve Shetler Media at 6 o'clock tonight. If anything would change with that, I'll let you know. But we are planning to have that. Those girls and boys games coming up tonight at 6. So tune in to Steve Shetler Media for Keota at North Mahaska High School girls and boys basketball. That's tonight. Again, if anything changes on that, I will let you know. All right. That is the latest here on the Morning Wake Up, here on Steve Shetler Media. I appreciate you guys tuning in this morning, and stick around. Keep up to date on Facebook with the latest weather conditions and closings and cancellations and all that good stuff. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.